What's up, guys? Gold Gaming here, back with some more replays. So just before we get into the start of this video, as I always say, if you want to send me any replays, please feel free to hit that link down in the description. I'll take you to my Discord server, where you can post any replays in the respective channel, as well as an email that will allow you to send replays, of course with a short description, so I know what I'm looking for, and we'll see if we get them onto the channel. So as all of you may or may not know, the Sheridan is getting removed next updates. I personally am not for that, because I just started getting good with missiles and doing shots like this. Yeah, pretty good, huh? I mean, that one was kind of just luck, but as we're gonna see in the first replay I'm gonna show you, which is mostly the two replays I have today are mostly about luck, and there's a lot of luck that goes through in both these replays I'm gonna send you. Of course, one of them is from me, and the other one was sent to me through Discord. And let's get on to those replays. Hey guys, it's me from the future. So, I've come back after I started to edit the video and put the stuff in. Throughout the next replay, if you want to skip to the end where I actually talk about a replay, I just go on about the information of the Sheridan, what's going to become of the Sheridan throughout this next replay. If that is, you know, what you want to hear. If not, I will put a link in the description that will take you to the stream where two people from Wargaming go over what happens. It is kind of hard to understand them with their accent, but throughout this next replay, I go on my, you know, emotional rant about how, you know, yeah. So, if you want to skip to the next, it's I'll also put the timestamp for the actual till the next replay where I'm not talking about Sheridans, if that's what you're into. But yeah. Alrighty, first up we are in Winter Malinovoka. Sorry if I butchered that. And as I said, I'm in my Sheridan. The very unfortunate part is Wargaming has tried their best to balance the missiles, and people, in the nicest sense, are being big whiny babies and don't like getting hit by missiles because people have tried their best to master the techniques about it, like His Royal Fatness has. He is a monster with the missiles, but people just don't like it because they can't dodge it and they don't want to accept the fact that it's a part of the game. So Wargaming is forced to remove it. What Wargaming are doing is they are taking this Sheridan, they're turning it into a collectible tank. And when I say collectible, yes, you can sell it, but it only sells for 5 gold. Like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gold. Literally nothing. It is going to get a brand new camo. I don't know what it is, a legendary camo. And, yeah. Then the Sheridan that is going to replace this Sheridan, a lucky bounce right there, but the Sheridan that is going to replace this is going to be the same thing, but it has a... I don't think it's going to have a 152 caliber gun like the Sheridan originally had. It's going to be a 310mm gun that only does like 490 damage, or has 490 alpha, which is like, what is it, like almost 100 less than what a 152 caliber gun should be doing. It's unbelievable. It's all because people cannot just get used to the fact that that's the way the game has been played. I mean, sure it is that the ATMGs have been in the game for quite a few months now, and people are still whining and complaining about getting shot. I mean, you got to adjust your playstyle. As Meatsty has said it best, he's in a Leopard 1 and there's a Death Star in the team, he's not going to go near the Death Star because he knows he can get HE. You gotta change your play style to fit the battle. And people aren't willing to do that. I mean, yes, I can understand. I of course will get angry, but it's like it's kind of my fault for being in a position to where a shot like this can be done. Of course, I do miss that, just by a little bit. But shots like that, of course, if you're in that position you're sitting still like that VK is, yes, it's your fault. It's not the player's fault. But what's going to happen to the missile, the Sheridan missile, which is what it's being called, is it can only be used in game modes, with the exception of 5v5 scrimmages. So it means that you can use it in gravity mode, you can use it in mad games, you can use it in realistic, but that's just it. So essentially what's going to happen is the missiles are going to become very obsolete. If you understand what I'm saying, is when I play through game modes on like for example when I do gravity mode, I don't use missiles because it's harder to control them when in your gravity mode. Same thing, the exact same thing in like mad games. I'm not gonna play with missiles in mad games because you got all the other upgrades. So it's like what they're basically have done is they just completely pulled missiles out of the game, ATMGs out of the game. The same thing goes for the T92E1. It's going to become, I think, T92E2 or something like that. I don't know. But basically what it is there's no longer going to be any ATMGs, which sucks. So overall, this was an okay replay. I'm sorry I went on my tangents. Like I personally am upset about it, and I know there's going to be a lot of good YouTubers out there and other players that have mastered missiles that are going to be very upset. So we're going to get on to the next replay and stop talking about that. If you guys feel the same thing about me, or you just want to scold me for liking missiles, of course, tell me in the comments. This battle that we just watched, I ended on a 3k. Of course, got the scouts, and I only did 2.5k damage, and it was not top of the leaderboard. Alrighty, up next we got Tiger Strike 23, who has shown on this channel before a couple times. He's in the Standard B. Now the Standard B, everyone has known and seen, is a very, very, very paper-thin tank with an autoloader and a beautiful beautiful cheap HESH round. Most people don't actually know this, but the Standard B, what is it? I think it's like with calibrated shells, you can get up to like 105 millimeters a pen on your AG when running the autoloading gun. The Progetto 65 does not, which is a little upsetting because the Tier 9 does. I personally do not really care for the Standard B, primarily for the fact that it just feels very sluggish. Like, it doesn't feel like a medium tank at all. It's very slow. Of course, it can be hit. I mean, I'm used to playing tanks like the Leopard 1 and T62A, which are always getting penned and all that in the hull. But it's like, in my opinion, the Standard B is... I don't know. I didn't really care for its playing through. I didn't really use the heats because, again, it's very slow. Even with the booster, it feels very sluggish. Now I'll get off my soap bar. We'll get up to the actual replay. We can see we've gone to the left side of Canal. The enemy have capped B, and they do have pretty much the entire team is on this side of the map. If you look at the minimap, we have a light tank and a TD that are flanked around to the other side. The Object 268 and the Bad Chats. You can see we have the Leopard PTA that has been spotted and has his ammo rack damage. And a Tiger here is just slowly pulling forward and reloading all 3 shells. He is a potential one-shot if the Leopard 1, it has a high roll loaded. Leopard 1, I mean Leopard PT, my bad. But he goes to put the shots in, bring it down to 36, and then finishes him off. You can see the enemy Super Conqueror is pushing up on the Object 140, and he has no choice but to either fight or run, which is what he's doing now. Go ahead, he doesn't really run, but he's going to relocate himself into another position, hopefully get shots off on this 50. But he does bounce it, and of course, being map aware, is watching the Super Conqueror, who's just now taking out our Object 140. Again, if you look up at the minimap, we do have the Object 268 over there that is camping at A cap, which is about to become a 2 versus 3 in just a couple of seconds. Super Conqueror pulling forward, gets one shot in. Can we get another one? No, just bounces right off the top of it. As you can see, it is a 2 versus 3. All 3 tanks over here versus the Tiger here and our Object 268, who is camping. And yes, he is camping because he is sitting in the back of the map, not able of getting any shots, and he has all the time in the world to relocate. And he actually, I don't even think he does any more damage to these tanks at all for the remainder of the game. So, this is a very risky play as he could have been spotted, and he's showing his back, and as everyone knows, the Standard B has a raised engine deck. So you have like literally no gun depression off the back of the tank, and it makes it hard to get shots off. And with that raised engine deck, it's higher surface area to be cheat. Object 268 very, very luckily dunks it into the ground, and Tiger here gets one shot. Can we get another one right underneath the gun? And let's go ahead and pull us back just so he doesn't get shots. And there goes the Object 268 who bounces off the top of the Super Conqueror. He's doing a great job over there, Object. Go ahead and try to pull forward. He has the heat loaded to guarantee those pences. They are all one-shots. Well, I think 2 of them... Yeah, they're all one-shots. Go ahead and takes out the Super Conqueror, who's expecting him, who was looking the wrong direction, and has respotted himself. And of course, the Object has all the time in the world to relocate, but does not. But that's actually going to play out in Tiger's favor, because that means he has both these kills for himself. Go ahead and pulls around. Again, Object 268 is looking. Puts another heat shot right into the top, just to guarantee the pen. And there he is. E50M coming. It's one shot in. Unfortunately, low rolls. And Rams kills the E50M. E50M kills Tiger here. That leaves him off on 6 kills and 3.25k damage. That was a well-deserved mastery. Also got Top Gun. He's got a Pools medal. He's got a Nichols medal. And the Kamikaze medal. 3.5k damage. And 25,000 credits made with those 6 kills. And of course, he was top of the leaderboard for damage. Alrighty guys, if you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and the bell to be notified when I upload in the future. Again, rest in peace Sheridan. You will be missed by a lot of people. And also thank you Tiger for sending me that replay as well. As I always say, if you want to send me any replays, please feel free to hit that link in the description. That'll take you to my Discord, where you can post any replays in the respective channel, along with an email that allows you to send me any replays. Of course, with a short description, so that way I know what I'm looking for, and we'll see if we get them onto the channel. Until next time, we'll see you on the battlefield.